me share what I did for my client that helped clear up his elbow pain. He developed this pain in the elbow after he started working on some pull-ups. This condition is commonly known as golfer's elbow. Now the name golfer's elbow doesn't even make sense because my client doesn't even play golf. And many people I know who plays golf actually get tennis elbow, which is the pain on the other side of the elbow. Well, anyway, when a joint presents with pain, it usually has a contribution from other joints along the kinetic chain. So in simple terms, that means the flow from your shoulder joint to your hand. Knowing this, I zoom in on his shoulder to check how his shoulder is moving, because that will tell me where his limitations are, and then that can bleed into how it contributes to the elbow. His shoulder external rotation was around 70 degrees and internal rotation was also around 70 degrees. So what we are checking for is the ball and socket movement in the shoulder. Once the shoulder joint moves as a whole unit and we see this height happening, is where we stop the test and take the measurement. So having an internal rotation of 70 degrees is actually pretty decent. This means that he has quite an open chest wall, so the restriction is not there. However, 70 degrees for external rotation is definitely something we need to look into, because ideally we like it to be full, around 90 degrees, you can turn all the way. So external rotation is a measure of how much space we have in the posterior part of our rib cage at the level of the shoulder blade. So this goes with what my client always complains of. He said he always felt his upper back area is very tight and he feels like he needs a massage there all the time. So to me, that's a confirmation as to where we should be going after first. Check out this first exercise we did to help clear up the posterior compression that's causing this tightness. I got him seated on a bench to do a bicep curl. It was his right arm that was having the elbow pain, so naturally he did this exercise on the right side. Now first step is to bend over and have his right elbow pushing against his inner thigh. Next, rotate the chest to a position where the chest bone is pointing straight down at the ground. Now this will bring on a stretch in the rhomboid area of the upper back. Finally, keep this position as you are performing the bicep curl. You got to breathe in as you are curling up. Exhale as you are lowering the weight. We went for 8 slow reps and I got him to perform a pull-up right after, and he said he felt significantly less pain in the elbow. To clear up the elbow pain further, I got him to perform this pronation isometric drill from Functionary Systems. Now it's not exactly how they taught it. I modified it slightly, but it worked well enough for me and my clients. So here goes. You will need a stick to perform this exercise. You gotta have your palm facing up at the ceiling while holding on to the stick. Then you're gonna produce a force by rotating the stick into this direction called pronation, so into a palms down position. The opposite hand will actually provide some resistance to the stick, so this turns into an isometric contraction of the forearm flexors. So this forearm flexors will be producing force against an immovable object. You're gonna slowly ramp up the effort from 20% to actually 100% max effort. But you're going to make sure there's zero pain while doing this. If there is pain, scale back. Find the maximum effort that will not produce any pain, and you're going to hold this for 10 seconds. Now repeat this for around 3 to 4 times. Next, hold the end of the stick and move through the entire range of pronation and go to this palms down position. Again, you're going to hold for 10 seconds. During these 10 seconds, you should try hard to produce more pronation force, and you're going to feel the whole forearm working hard. Now you're going to repeat this to 2 to 3 times, and by the end you should get a nice pump in the forearm flexors. Try out the 2 exercises in this sequence that I prescribed. Now you can do these exercises daily or use them as your warm-up during your weight training sessions. Now many golfer elbow rehab only focuses on the tissues in the forearm, so you can do wrist curls till the cow comes home and you don't get any result. Therefore, people have like chronic issues. Joints in a kinetic chain is meant to share the load of forces coming through it. So let's say if one joint isn't working well, the next closest joint will be the one that bear the brunt of it. So in this case, the elbow is the one that is overloaded. You can see how our body is actually interconnected and no single joint really works in isolation. Alright, do leave a comment if you're unsure of anything and I will be happy to assist. Now as always, if you have found this video helpful, do smash the like and subscribe button or share it with someone who has golfer's elbow. That will be greatly appreciated. This is Gary from Penultimate Performance, signing out.